What's going on, guys? It's Mr. Dirt Mason here. I'm back with another video. It's been a minute since I posted, but here I have my 2022 Ford Maverick. I purchased this truck on September 29th, 2022 after a 10-month wait. I ordered this truck back on December 17th, 2021. It was the week after I was recovering from COVID, and I heard about these trucks. I heard a lot about them. They're affordable price. It's a small pickup truck and stuff like that. And I had a 2017 Ford Focus SEL. I had that car for like 5 years. Had 56,000 miles on it, and it was time to trade it in because I got it paid off and I wanted to get something new. Now, this is actually one of my first trucks I've ever owned, because I've never had a truck before. I actually don't really like the size of bigger trucks like the F-150s, the Tundras and stuff like that. I have driven a Tundra before, but I just never really liked the ride. I didn't like how weighty it felt. But this does not feel like that, and I really enjoy it. So today, I'm going to give you guys a full tour and my full thoughts about this truck. I have 19,000 miles on it, and I can't wait to get into this, so let's just get started. So, the first thing right off the bat is the color. This is Velocity Blue Metallic, and it's a beautiful color. I'm really glad that they offer this color on here, because unfortunately for the 23 model year, they discontinued this color and they're replacing it with Atlas Blue. I've seen what Atlas Blue looks like, and it's a little darker blue, but this one looks better, especially in the sun. I knew I had to choose this color. There was also a couple other colors that was really good, like Area 51, Cyber Orange. There was Red Hot Chili Pepper Red, but I didn't do that one because my last car, the Focus, was red. So I don't like repeating colors. I like to do different colors each time. So you also notice I got some mods on here. I got the Aero Skin Protector. I got this installed yesterday by a shop called Four Wheel Concepts. They're a really great guy. I'll go through all the mods as we walk around. So let's just start up with the front. Let's go to the headlights. These headlights are LED headlights, and they are really good at night. They also have auto high beams, which are really nice too. So when you're driving down the road, a dark road, no cars around, no oncoming, the high beams will come on, and they'll illuminate the area, and it's really great. And then the cool thing about the system, it's smart enough to know when there's headlights or taillights or even street lights, and it'll come back off so you don't blind somebody. So it's a really great system. I really enjoy it. Now, let's just talk about front end styling just as a whole right here. So personally, I really like the look of this truck because it reminds me, and this is kind of just something I always loved as a kid, but do you guys remember the Ford Explorer, its XLT Sport Track? Well, the Maverick kind of reminds me of that truck. See, when I was a kid, one of my favorite games to play was Ford Racing 2, and in that game they had the Ford Explorer Sport Track, and the Maverick kind of reminds me of a modern, updated version of the Sport Track. Now, the Sport Track was an Explorer that they pretty much put a bed into it and called it a day. The Ford Maverick shares a platform with the Bronco Sport and the Ford Escape. Now, let's come up to here to the rims. We got 17-inch painted aluminum rims. These are 225/65 on the width, and these are Continental tires. They're Pro Contact all season. They're on the same thing on the back. They're pretty good. I actually had these tires before. They're actually pretty good. They lasted me probably around 30,000 miles for my first Focus, and they're really good. They're really grippy too, and they're good during the rain. So I have no issues with these. They do look better than the base model rims that are on the base model Maverick, which is the XL. This is an XLT. So the way the trims go is actually really simple. XL, your base model, XLT, your mid-trim model, and Lariat is your top-of-the-line model. This is an XLT model, and this is actually a perfect balance of a model. It gives you everything that you need, and it also has, I think it has the best look, especially in the interior when we get there. Let's go over to the mirrors. So on the mirrors, they are flat black. there is an option to get them painted. I decided to not do the painted ones because I wanted to kind of budget in my build when I was ordering it. And I'm gonna be honest, I actually do like the flat black on the blue, and especially the flat black on the door handles. Yeah, I can't talk today. We also got a keypad right here, which is actually really cool. I love this. Basically, what you do is that you'll get a code from the factory, and then you get a code. It pretty much comes with the truck, and then you can insert your own code. And then basically what it does is that, for example, you lock the car, you lock the truck, you can't get in. Oh, sorry, I pressed the wrong buttons. All right, you press 7 and 8, and then you put in your code, and then you can lock the vehicle. Basically, the idea is that, let's say you're at a beach and that you don't want to take your keys with you, you don't want to lose them. Well, you can just leave the keys in the truck, lock the truck, and then when you come back, you put your code back in. Now let's go to the mirror. This has the blind spot monitoring because this has the Co-Pilot 360 package. This is actually one of the reasons why my truck was delayed. It was also a lot of other reasons, but this is one of the reasons. And at the time, I was patient enough, and I was wanting to have these features. So we have the blind spot monitoring, we also get lane departure warning, and we get rear cross traffic alert, which looks really great. This looks good, it works great, the lane departure system works great, and the rear cross traffic alert is really good. It's something I really wanted. Now, you'll notice that this truck also has back seats. This only comes in a Super Crew cab configuration, so if you want a single cab or a standard cab, you can't get it. You can only get it in a Super Crew cab. But it's really great because these back seats are very roomy, and I'll show you them in a second. Now let's get to the back here. Let's get to the main thing, the bed. Now, you'll notice I have some stickers on the back. Of course, I got a Decepticon sticker, Spyro, and then, of course, I got Breaking Benjamin because, you know, that's my favorite band. Now, one of the things I like about this bed is that it can actually fit a lot of good stuff in it. Matter of fact, I've actually been able to fit my bikes in here perfectly, and it's really great. So why don't we drop the tailgate? Now, one of the things I did to the tailgate is I got a tailgate assist. That's also another thing I got installed yesterday. You'll also notice I have the Maverick tailgate litters, American flag. Me and my dad did this together. It looks really nice. It looks really clean. As you can see, it's a little dirty on the back. I apologize for that. It was raining really heavily last night, so I didn't get time to do this. So, but let's open up the tailgate. I got a damp tailgate, and that's because this is one of the other modifications. I have a gas strut right here. It goes right here. Now, that means that you do get 2 tie downs, but when you do get this, you do have to remove one of the tie downs to install it. But that's good. Now, the other funny thing about these tie downs is they also act as bottle openers, which is, I guess, really nice. When you're at a tailgate party, you need to crack a cold one. So, and then these taillights. All right, I like these taillights. They actually look pretty good. The only thing, though, that's strange is that, unfortunately, if you want the LEDs to be on this side, apparently, you have to get a lariat trim, which is a little weird. So these part is the one part that illuminates. This part does not. That's only unless you get a lariat. So it's kind of a little weird. Now, here's the bed. This is a 4.5-foot bed. It's 6 foot with the tailgate down. And you can fit a lot of good stuff in here. Now, you got 10 box tie downs. You got a tie down right here, tie down right here, tie down there, 2 D-rings, another tie down down here, another tie down down there. Now, you'll also notice that we got a QR code. If you scan the QR code, it takes you to Ford's website, and it will actually show you how to make your own DIY projects. Because the funny thing about the Maverick is that, like, for example, right here on the bed rails, you still got these drill slots for the bed rails, so you can actually make your own or order official Ford parts for them and install them. Now, these go up here to make the tailgate raise up halfway so it can be flat for plywood. Now, I haven't actually done it yet, and honestly, I don't think I'm really gonna use plywood, but it's a really nice feature. Now, another thing too, we have a cubby hole. Unlock it. In there is a good space. Now, let me show you something. Now, there's a false floor. That's where I keep my bungee cords. But it's a really nice feature. You can put stuff in there that you really don't really care about. Just stuff in there, that small stuff, you know, if you need to hide something. Now, unfortunately, This is not like fully lockable to what I would like. Oh, God, I'm struggling with it. There we go. It's not fully lockable, as you can see, but it is lockable. So just make sure you don't put any like big valuables in there. I just keep my bungee cords in there because, you know, one less place to put there. And you do got a QR code there too. Now this is the sprayed in bed liner option. This is another option. This is also another constraint option. This sprayed in bed liner looks great, but it was also another constraint item. And what I'm hearing from 2023 model Mavericks is that dealers are not actually letting you, I'm pretty sure, correct me if I'm wrong, but they're not letting you option it with the sprayed in bed liner due to the constraint item. So if you're going to order a Maverick, you might want to wait until you get the truck to do the sprayed in bed liner, because it's going to take you a while. This is a really good bed. I like it. The tailgate is also very light too. But I got the damp tailgate because I didn't want it to just slam down every single time I open it. So it's really nice. This bed is really great and I love it. All right, now let's talk about the trailer hitch. So this is a $100 option, and it's a really needed option. You get a 4-pin connector with this, and with the EcoBoost front wheel drive, you can only tow to about 2,000 pounds. Now, if you get the 4K towing package, you can tow about 4,000 pounds. Now, 2,000 pounds is good enough for me. It's a really good option, but it is another constraint option, so be aware of that. Now, let's go ahead and go to the other side. Same thing on the other side. It looks really good. And just the size itself, let's talk about the size itself. This looks the same size as the old model Ranger, and that's kind of what throws me off. It's called the Maverick, but it looks more like a Ranger, or even a Ranchero, as you would want to say. But other than that, that's most of the features on the outside, so while we get into the inside. Alright, so this is where the magic happens. Underneath the hood of my Ford Maverick is the 2-liter EcoBoost option. This is the optional engine. It's a turbocharged 4-cylinder that makes 250 horsepower, 277 pound-feet of torque, and is paired with a traditional 8-speed automatic transmission. Now, one of the things I really like about this powertrain is the transmission. As I said, I used to own a 2017 Ford Focus with that very controversial power shift transmission, and that was just garbage. This, as we get to the driving experience, this shifts so much better and so much smoother. Yes, dual clutches are faster, but I prefer this traditional transmission. I do like that there's not plastic and everything. I just don't really care for like when they put plastic here and it says EcoBoost blah blah blah. Doesn't really need that. There is no lining up here, but that's fine. And it's a good engine. It's pretty powerful. We'll get to that later. But that's pretty much the engine. Now, the base engine that's offered with the Maverick is the hybrid. That is the one engine that everybody is talking about. And it gets 40 miles per gallon. It's a naturally aspirated 4-cylinder. It's 2.5 liter. It makes about 190 horsepower and 155 pound-feet of torque. And it's paired with an eCVT. And that is the standard option for the Mavericks. You can get the hybrid or you can get the EcoBoost, which I chose the EcoBoost because I wanted a more traditional engine, more power and stuff like that. But other than that, that's pretty much the engine. So why don't we check out the interior? And this is my favorite part. Alright, so let's start off with the back seats, because this is actually one of my favorite parts. Over here on the door panel, we have this design with the blue and the little triangular shapes in this door handle right here. I actually really like the design of this, especially with the orange accents. That's also mirrored on the front. Now, down here, you have a storage area for a water bottle. Same thing on the front, I'll show. And then inside here, you can actually no, that's on the front, sorry. But here you can fit here you can fit like a water bottle or something like that. You got storage space right here. And then inside the back seat, it's very roomy back here. I'm 5'4", so I'm a certified Oompa Loompa, but I can sit back here perfectly. It's very roomy back here, actually. My knees don't touch, of course. But even when adults sit back here, it's pretty roomy. Now, I wouldn't really say you want to put a third person back here. It says they can seat 5. It's mainly 4. If you're a small child or you're really smaller than I am, then maybe you can fit back there. Now, right here we got a cigarette style 12 volt. We got a clip right here. This is actually a 3D printed accessory that Ford actually has specifications for. It's really nice. Now you got an integrated armrest with cup holders. Now let me show you my favorite feature. Now if you go down here, you'll notice this little latch. They're on both sides. Pull it. Just like the F-150s, you got storage space in here, and this storage space is very impressive. It's very deep. You can fit groceries. You can even fit a PS4 in here, and I tried it, and it fits. Over there is my towels, my trailer hitch, my tie downs, all my other stuff on that side. But it looks really good, and it's very good. You also see another QR code, flex bed stuff. It's called the flex bed. And then back here's the black glass. I did not get the third window thing. I didn't really care for it, so I just wanted the solid glass. And then you pull it, drops, goes down. All right, now let's talk about the seats. These seats are unique navy pure cloth seats. They have a denim look, and they also have orange stitching. They look really nice. They really kept up pretty well too. They look pretty good. They're easy to clean. No problems with that. So let's get to the front. Now this is the rest of the business. Now, same thing. Same pattern. Got the pull handles, which I really like the orange accents. Over here, we got the window controls. We got power mirrors. That's actually an option that's standard on here on the XLT. The base model, you don't get power mirrors unless you get the Copilot package for some reason. And then, of course, right back here, you got a spot right here, like I said. You can put something like a small laptop and, of course, a large water bottle. Here we got the speaker. It says speakers on both sides, and then speakers are actually on the rear. Let me show you this. Are right back here. So, I'm actually planning on getting new speakers. These speakers sound pretty good, but they could be better. Unfortunately, I can't play any music because I don't want to get copyrighted. But they do sound pretty good, at least. So let's get into the interior. So over here is the vent, the climate vent. It's got the orange accents. Here you got your lighting controls. These have the auto. This is the auto high beam mode, so it's automatically in that. You can disable auto high beams in the settings if you don't want it on. Here's the bed light. And then down here is the pulley for the hood latch. Now it says 2X because you have to pull it twice. There is no hood latch at the front. You got to pull it twice. And then over here is the steering wheel. And then one of my favorite features is the key. It's a manual key. Now you can get push button start if you get you can't get push button start if you get a lariat. But I do like you get a manual key for the XLT package. Let's go ahead and shut the door. Here's the gauge clusters. And then in the gauge cluster, see, 19,339. So over here, the steering wheel is really nice. We got our buttons right here. Menu, okay. Skip track, answer call, your voice commands, and then over here is your cruise control. Cruise control is standard on the XLT trim. Now on the 23 models, cruise control is standard on the base model for the 23 models. You got your volume buttons. A nice like chrome trim here. And then over here, we have a standard 8-inch display. Now why don't we just start up the truck? So here's the 8-inch display. It's very easy to use. I get my phone paired to it. You got your mobile apps, your settings. It's very easy to use. This is Sync 3. And I used this before, and it's a very great system. You can get Sync 4 if you get the lariat trim. This is Sync 3 system. It's very quick. It's easy. It's got Bluetooth. It's got AM, FM radio. No Sirius XM. You got to get the lariat trim to get that. Ambient lighting. It's down there. It's only one light. Maximum brightness. Something I have noticed is that you can actually change the display. Like the background. That's actually pretty neat. Let me show you. I have it set to this. So you can change the background. That's actually pretty nice. Other than that, we got Android Auto and car Apple Play Standard. We got a volume knob here, tune knob here. Perfect. They're dials. That's all they need to be. They don't need to be capacitive touch. Your hazard lights, your pause, seek, mute, and then this is apparently a comm screen. So press it once, you get the clock. Press it twice, no screen at all. Press it again, you get the whole screen. Let's go to the AC. This is what I like the most. Dials. AC is all manual. It's a manual single zone and easy to turn. Want more air? Want more temperature? Now, one thing you'll notice, due to the chip shortage, I do not get a readout for the I do not get a readout here. So unfortunately, it's just a little thermometer. But when you do turn the temperature, you actually can see it on the screen. So that's really nice. You also get auto, your max, and then your airflow stuff. Down here, you got a 12 volt. Then right here, you got a USB-C and a USB-A. This is where you connect your phone for the Android Auto. It's wired. It's wired. It's not wireless. Here, you got a place to put your phone, another place to put your phone, and another spot right here. There's a lot of storage in here. You'll notice as you go through here. And then here's your cup holders. Very good cup holders. And right here is the transmission dial. It's a rotary dial. It's actually really easy to use. I've been getting used to it, and it's very good. It works really well. And then right here, here's our backup camera. It's got full telescope transline. Sorry, trying to do this one-handed. We have a trailer cam as well. We got our parking brake. And then right here, we got a couple buttons on here. Right here is here's our drive modes. It's with a flag, a snowflake, and a leaf. Press it. We got 5 drive modes. We got normal, tow haul, slippery, eco, and of course a sport mode. I usually keep it in normal or eco. Sport mode's kind of fun. It does let the rev range go up a little higher, but it's kind of nice. I keep it in normal and eco so I can get the best economy. Then down here, of course, we got auto start stop. I actually don't mind it. I just keep it on. I don't fight with it. Here's the auto brake hold. This is actually a pretty nice feature. I actually like using this in drive-thru. So basically what it is that when you go into drive, and then let's say you oh, I did not disable. Oh, it's on right now. My bad. It's on right now, so what it does is it holds the brake, and as you can see in the middle, it has the A, brake is hold, and then when you put your foot on the gas, it goes. Now, the strange thing about it is that whenever you do have it on, and you turn off the truck, it actually stays on, so you have to make sure you turn this off each time. Because, let's say you're backing out of your driveway, and you go to let go of the brake and it stays there. So just make sure you turn this off each time if you're going to use it. Usually I only use this when I'm in a drive-thru or something like that, or you know, I'm waiting in a traffic light that's taking too long, something like that. It's a really nice feature. Then down here we got storage down here. Sorry for the mess. I'm trying to get this all cleaned up. I'll get this cleaned up soon. But this is actually also washable too. That's actually a good thing. They're both washable. You can pull these out and they're washable. A large center console storage, very large. You can fit almost anything in there, man. In the gauge cluster, it's very configurable. Sorry, I'm getting 24.4 mpg at 94 to empty, and actually you can customize that a little bit. So let me show you most of the modes. So here's your settings. You know, all your driver settings and all that stuff. You can actually check your tire pressures. Good information, tire pressure. They're all 33. Had to put air into them. Over here is your phone connection. You got your phone. Sorry, I can't talk today. You got your music. So like, if you have like Android Auto on and you have like YouTube Music on, it'll actually show your music in here. It's pretty nice. Here's your driver assist feature. It's on here on the turn signal stock, as you'll see right here. You have your lane departure system, and you press this button to enable it or disable it. You'll know it's enabled when you see the little car in the middle, right down here. That's your configured screen. It's a very good screen. It's a 4.5-inch screen. You can get a bigger screen if you get a FX4 package, or you get the Lariat trim. Glove box. Then we got the mirror, and then up here we got the glasses holder. Map lights, and our visors. They are not, they don't get a light, so. Before we get to the drive, let's talk about the price. Overall price on this Maverick is very affordable. It works within my budget. Base price for the XLT was $23,360, plus my total options, plus destination delivery. And these are the options I added, and this is what's standard. Down to the total MSRP of $26,765. Now, let's get to the drive. Alright guys, let's get to driving the Maverick. Got the key. You can see it through there. All right, so now we're in this parking garage because I feel like it'd be better. Let's go ahead and get going. All right, so one of the things I really like about driving the Maverick is the comfortability of this truck. It handles very well, but it also is not weighty like a full-size truck. It's a small truck like the Ranger. And one of my favorite things about this truck has to be the fact that you're going down the road and the suspension is very comfortable. It has this less rough feel and more of a car feel to it. It's excellent, and I love everything about it. But there are some things about this truck that are not perfect. For example, one of the things that happens each time you turn on the truck is a little warning for the seat belt would come on, and it's a diagram to show you like what who's buckled in. Now the issue is that it always keeps showing up, and you have to keep pressing OK every single time to get it off. It's kind of a little annoying. And then another thing is the window over here. It takes a little while for it to roll down. It's just something a little just nitpicky. Now the driving itself is good. This engine, this transmission, this is a good combo. I feel like it's a perfect combo, a balance between power and efficiency. I'm getting pretty good MPG for a pickup truck, which is 24 miles per gallon, which is great, especially for a little pickup truck. Now, this is front-wheel drive, but it's great because there is all-wheel drive available for these Mavericks. It is a little extra, and the reason I didn't pick it because it was a little extra. I was looking to get this truck within my budget, and it really fits between any budget, really. The most affordable Maverick in this class is $20,000, and that's very affordable for a pickup truck, especially since trucks today are usually like $60,000 to $100,000. Trucks are very, very expensive, and not just trucks, cars in general, but the Maverick itself is very affordable. Now, one of the things I really, really like about this truck has to be the transmission itself. This transmission is way smoother than that 6-speed dual clutch and that Focus. Don't get me wrong, Focus got good gas mileage, but that transmission, I hated it. I hated it with a passion. Overall, I've been enjoying this truck since I bought it. And the one thing I will say about this truck is the fact that it's really hard to get your hands on one of these. And this model sold out, and so did the 23 model sold out. Let's give it a little bit of gas. Yeah, it's got good power, good passing power. It's really good. The hybrid would get more MPG, and it's a little slower than this, and it only comes in front-wheel drive for the hybrid. You can get, like I said, all-wheel drive. This also has the cruise control, so I have that set up on 70, and we're on the highway now. So, overall, I'm really enjoying a nice Supra.
Is that a Supra?
Overall, I really enjoy this truck, the way it looks, the way it drives, and the color itself. It's an excellent pickup truck. For overall versatility, it's perfect because it can do what I need. If I want to carry my bikes, or if I want to throw some stuff in the back and not worry about it, it's great. And then it got the back seats, so I can take friends with me and stuff like that. It's excellent. It's very excellent, and it's a perfect truck for me. Okay, so here are my final thoughts on the Ford Maverick. Ford has done a really good job bringing back the compact pickup truck. There are more pros than cons when it comes to the Maverick. There's a lot of things I like about it, and there's only a few nitpicks. The only problem you're going to face with the Ford Maverick is supply shortages, chip shortages, and constraints. Getting your hands on this truck is not easy, especially getting one at MSRP unless you ordered one. I was very lucky to have this truck built at all. I give this truck an 8 out of 10 because it offers a good balance of versatility, comfortability, efficiency, and affordability. I'm very happy with the final product, and I tend to keep this truck for a very long time. So with that being said, if you like what you saw, be sure to like and subscribe. Let me know what you think down in the comments. I'm Mr. Dirt Mason, and I'm out.